Good morning. Today we're going to put some finishing touches on our painting. So when you look in an art gallery, I've got these picture books to show you. You notice there's a lot of decoration on the frames, and there's lots of sort of leaves and flowers and scrolly pieces. Here's some more examples here. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've painted my portrait with gold around the edge, I'm going to add the fancy bits. But before I do that, I'm going to use a hole punch, because we are going to attach these to the fences outside and we need some way of attaching them. So I'm going to put a hole. Now, when I use a hole punch, I like to turn it over so I can see exactly where the hole is going to go. So I want to push it in. Let's see if, there we go. And I want to push it on as far as it will go and squeeze, and then that little piece of the core flute will pop out. I can also use these types of hole punches, and I'll put it in. Now I don't want it too close to the edge, or the hole might break through to the edge, and that wouldn't be very good. So I can actually use these as well. You do need a stronger grip to do these, but I can help you if you need it. So that's pretty good, and I've judged pretty well that those are in the same spot. So what I want to do now is take a bronze Sharpie, and in the corners I'm actually going to do something decorative. So I might actually add a scrolly piece here, and I want to stay on the gold. And whatever I decide to do, I'm going to do it in all of the corners so that it matches and it's symmetrical. Symmetrical means the same on both sides. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be exact, because we're not machines, we're not computers. And it's going to be beautiful and handmade. So once I've done my corners, I need to think, what am I going to do down the sides here? So I might decide to do a scrolly piece like this, and then I might have some flowers on each side to make it decorative. I might make that double layer. And I'll do the same on the other side. Now this is a bit trickier because I have to mirror image what I was doing. So I went out towards the frame and then in, and then I curled it back in. This is good practice to mirror image something. You have to use your thinking cap. Use your brain to try and flip the image in your head. If you wanted to, you could do it in a bit of pencil first. Now here I might do interesting sort of squiggly line. And it looks super fancy. And now what I can do is, with my Sharpie, I'm going to change to a black, and I'm going to go in and just check that the pupils in my eyes are done. I might put a little bit more detail. Now you want to be careful doing this because it doesn't come off. So you've got to be pretty confident in what you're doing. I'm going to go around my eyes and maybe a bit more detail in the eyelashes here. Maybe if your nose isn't standing out, you can add a bit more detail on there. Maybe into the lips. It's there, a bit under the lip. And you could potentially add a stripe or two to your t-shirt and just put those finishing touches Maybe I can add a little bit into the hair. I could always go back with a little bit of extra paint and a tiny brush and just touch up any of these little spots that might need it and go back in. Maybe add some more white to the whites of the eye. And can you see I've done a little white dot, just a tiny one on here, just a little bit of light reflection in the eye to make it look a bit more realistic. I could also draw some little details going around. Sometimes people's eyes have those specks of colour going through. Pretty happy with that. The other thing I'm going to do is write my name here. So artists always sign their work in the bottom right hand corner of their canvas. That's the traditional way. So not on the frame, but just on the work here. I'm going to write Mrs. Powermore. And I would write my grade as well, but I'm just going to write art. But you would put your grade there. That's pretty cool. The holes are ready for it to get attached. I've got all my detail and scrolls. It's nice and symmetrical and patterned and detailed. I've added the final details into my face. Fantastic. I'm pleased with that. Can't wait to see what yours looks like.